Hey YouTube, this is Tanner here. We are going to be installing a rugged radio in a Can-Am X3 for 2018. 17 to 19 and 20 are all going to be the same. With what we have here, we have the dash mount there. It's 175 from Rugged Radio. We also have the rugged on-off switch there, so it doesn't drain your battery when it's left sitting. We also have the block-off plate there to cover up where the CB radio would normally go. We're just not going to put that in on this video. And then we have our kit. It's the 660, and it does not have Bluetooth, however. It is the less expensive edition, just because we went with that, because you can always put the Bluetooth adapter in later if you'd like. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started and start unboxing stuff and show you what's inside them. All right, we're going to start with the mount here. That's the faceplate there, as well as the two side panels. There's also the hardware to mount it, the instructions. There's two hardware bags there too, so don't forget those. Don't throw those away. This also has a little template or sticker here, so that you can know where to cut your dash at, because that's what this mount is. You have to cut the dash in order for the radio and intercom to be able to fit into your dash. And we also have the on-off switch. What's nice about the rugged on-off switch is it is plug and play, so you don't have to really do any cutting or wiring. Faceplate for the radio spot. We'll go ahead and open up the rugged kit here for the intercom. So you got your cords there, your aux cord, your push to talk for the passenger there, and your other extension cord there for your other headset. And this is for the driver push to talk. The reason why is because it's got the coiled cord there. And you also have your headphones, of course, here, and then you have the earpiece covers there, which make them actually pretty comfortable. And then here is your intercom system. And that looks like some mounting hardware as well. And then there is your intercom. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the start button here for the ignition. So you might need some channel locks or adjustable crescent wrench. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to unplug this plug right, if I can see it here. Let's see here, right there. That's the plug you're going to unplug to get your start button out of here, okay? So that's what I'm going to do next. Alright, so now that we got the start button out, you're going to want to hold on to these, obviously, because you're going to still need them for the new panel. So I'm going to set those down here. We also have the Ryco Street Legal kit, and the people that put that kit in, they put the blinker light sensor things here, right here, so we're going to have to take those out. I'm sure your machine probably doesn't have that, so don't worry about this next part. Now that I'm done with that, is what you want to do next is make a lot of room here. Put your shifter to further back so that you can have more working space. But we're going to go ahead and stick this sticker on where we're supposed to cut our dash at. So because this tape does not want to hold, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a razor blade and we're just going to mark where we need to cut. There's also a little, where that plug was, there's also a little think, zip tie that's holding it up there, because you don't want to cut that wire that your machine won't start. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. It's actually just a clip, so just pop that off, get all your wires out of the way. You can cut yours with whatever you'd like, but I'm going to go with a Sawzall here just to be a little quicker. Make sure those wires are pulled out of the way. Two. You want to remove these two screws right here, these Torx. They are a T30. And you're gonna drill some holes right here, but it's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift this center console thing up just a little bit so that my dash sits up a little bit there, because I want it to be kind of like how it was. Since we already drilled that hole, we're gonna go ahead and put our bolt in there so we can get the other side level. Before we bolt it down, what we're going to do is we're going to actually put our intercom in here first. All right, so we're going to mount the intercom here right into our faceplate. In order to do that, we're going to put our wires up through the back side here. And we're going to mount them. There's 3 holes here. We're going to mount it on the center hole there. So you want to put that bolt in there on both sides here. And get this wiring through. What's going to happen is it's going to use that and it's going to pinch it to hold our intercom there. We're going to put our little washer there, then our nut. Same thing to this side. So obviously you want to get it flush, or however you want it to stick out there. Obviously tighten those down and then it will be good to go. Also going to put in the CB radio plate here, because we're not putting that in on this vehicle. But it's pretty easy, it just slides right in there, and then you just put these bolts and nuts through here. Alright, so I'm going to tighten up these nuts and bolts to hold this faceplate in. So before we put this thing in here, we're obviously going to want to together here before we put it in. Because we're not doing a radio on this one, and we're doing the intercom switch that Rugged just came out with, you have to have the power cable for the radio, because or else it won't plug into your switch. So what we're gonna do next, we're gonna put the Rugged switch in. So these little, if you guys have ever installed anything on these just pop right out. We're going to stick these cords through here, through the switch hole, and then we're going to put our switch down in here. So it's all nice and snug there, and it's good to go. Before we put our intercom in, we're going to remove the seat out so that we can run our wiring through this panel right here. So is what you'll need to do. If you can't see the bolts down here in the holes, you want to make sure the seat's all the way back to where you can see it. It makes it easier if you're in the seat to move it. And then you want to take the cushion out. You'll need a 13mm socket and then a 1/2-inch wrench to remove the front of the seat here. What we're going to do next is we're going to remove these Torx. Those are the T30s. To remove our panel here to run our wires. There's the handle there. we're doing next is we're going to remove the rear seat so that we can get to the panel that goes clear back to the battery. Alright, next we're going to remove some more torch screws here. Pull back the covers, and then we're going to take our cable right here for our intercom. Technically this is for the CB radio, but in order to use that switch we're going to be using this from the CB radio that we're not putting in, so that we can have a rocker switch and be able to turn our radio on and off so that it doesn't drain our battery if it's just sitting. So we're going to run these wires next. So we're going to connect our wires to our battery here. Going to be removing some more Torx bolts here. Alright, now we're going to feed this wire up through there and out through the top so that it comes back down, so I don't have to drill any holes, make room for wires or anything like that. And then we're going to just be plugging it right into our switch here for our power. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to drill holes right here where you can put some switches. The reason why we're drilling holes right here is so we can put our cable wire for our headphones or headsets poking out right here, so that you can, passenger can plug theirs in, the driver can plug theirs in, so it's just an easy access right there. Rugged does make a little mount that you can actually put in right there so it looks clean and flush, and it's just a, you know, flush with the top of that, but we're not going to do that on this one. We're just going to make it work, so we're going to do that now. So we're going to run these cables now so that we can get them put back up through that slot there like we did the power cable. I'm going to pull a lot of this cable through so that it can just coil it up right here behind the intercom. And we aren't going to be running two more headsets just because the customer of this vehicle just didn't want two in the back, because they don't really have people back there very often. Alright, what we're going to run next is we're going to run the push to talk button. I know that they don't have a radio in this vehicle, but it will just set them up for any future upgrades or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and run this, put it down through the grab handle spot. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to zip tie my wires and just make them look a little nice and neat. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put all these panels back on and cover up our wires, and we'll put the radio in for the intercom. Put back together as far as all the other stuff besides the intercom, we're gonna go ahead and start connecting our intercom and the ignition button there and the cords and the push to talk. So because we have the switch here, this switch, so it has an extra port right here. This is going to be for your radio for future stuff in this car anyway, that is. But if you guys are putting a radio in right now, that's what you'll plug it into right there to get power to it from your switch. So what you want to do is you're going to uncover the ones that you're going to be using. So the driver is going to be blue. So we're going to hook up the headset here. It will say right there on the cord, at least it should anyway. Well, these are the headsets, and then I believe this other one is a push-to-talk. It's PTT for push-to-talk. So the push-to-talk is going to be right there. So I marked the driver as blue. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in there. We can get this thing out, kind of pull hard. Headset. And then co-driver is going to be red. Push-to-talk for the passenger is going to be right below the headset, so it's red. It says PTT. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cables here. I'm going to coil them up. Put a zip tie around them so it sits up there kind of nice, not a rat's nest. We're going to also need to plug in our push-to-talk for our driver. So I'm going to do that now. Just want to give you guys a visual on what it looks like here. So I marked my driver cables for push-to-talk, PTT down there, and then the headset up there. So there's a blue, and then the passenger there's headset, passenger push-to-talk right there, and then got power coming out of it there. Then we got our start button there, and we're gonna finish mounting this thing and we'll be good to go. Alrighty, now we're going to finish mounting our intercom here. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to plug in your starter here. I usually just plug it in there, make sure everything works before you put it all together, you know, and then if it does, then you can go ahead and start bolting everything back together here. So we'll take these Allen bolts here, and they came with the kit. We're going to go ahead and find that hole. I'm going to put the washer on the back side to help get some surface area on that plastic, because that plastic's not going to be as strong as the actual bracket here. So what we're going to do there is we're going to tuck the wires just kind of in here, right behind the stuff here, and we're going to go ahead and put those side panels up there, and then we'll be all good to go. Don't forget your screws right here. So we're going to remove these little pop dart things, whatever you want to call them. Screws right into the main bracket there. Just put our pop darts back in. And that is a rugged radio intercom installation. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave any comments below, and let me know what you guys thought. Thanks, YouTube. See you guys next time.